Summertime and the living's easy. Fish are jumping so high. Your old man, ooh, so rich, baby, and your mama, oh, she mighty good looking. You're her little baby, and it's all over you. Good morning, people. We're about to lose our summer. The first 2 days of this week were 90 degrees in San Francisco. I wake up today, and you would think we were in the middle of the winter. So this is the way San Francisco usually is. This is the norm for here. Overcast one day. Sometimes, though, when we have all these fires here in the north, it will actually block the sun. So it will appear to be overcast because of smoke in the air. I don't visibly see smoke right now. So I guess it's just overcast this morning. Anyway, yeah, I'm coming to talk on this subject. So I want to ask you, Troy Allen, what are you doing over there apologizing to that fool? It is a waste of time. You have stepped out of your way to defend that clown in these allegations of spousal abuse, right? You went to say that grown folks television was wrong, and that this guy that he said was Jay Wilson. There's several pages of Jay Wilson's. He ain't special, honey. Whatever the other name is, Jay Wilcox. But he spoke up for you. And what you took from that, him speaking up for you, most people do not want to speak up for you. Why? Because you don't deserve it, girl. You're one of the vilest, nastiest things on YouTube, certainly in the beef sector, right? You don't deserve to be treated well when you treat others so badly. So Jay Wilson, what he got from that, he played this man's video. I guess he's accusing him of being an insensitive, arrogant, heterosexual. He took offense because in Troy Allen speaking, he called him sweet. He said, I don't believe Jay Wilson's story because I think he's too sweet. He liked, he's too sweet. He's what else? What else do you call him? Did I write it down? Lord, I wrote it down and left it in there. Show how important this shit is. Anyway, some reference like that. And I will say up front, Troy Allen, I don't think you're an evil or bad person. Yes, it is offensive for a heterosexual man to refer to a homosexual man as sweet or light in his loafers. You may not be aware of that if that's the language you've been accustomed to. Being here on the beef sector, a heterosexual man is an extreme minority, right? So they're mostly, if they're going to be over here, going to be exposed to the language we use between each other, right? Now, it is not unusual that one homosexual will say to another homosexual that they're sweet or they're light in the loafers or all the insults we hurl at each other. It is different when it's coming from a heterosexual male. I'm not going to harp on this. I don't believe Jay Wilson deserves shit. But what I'm saying is, just for future reference, that is offensive coming from you. Now, you may say that's unfair because why can everybody else say it? But I can't say it. Well, I'm sure that most Caucasian people feel the same way. How come I can turn my radio on and hear nigga, 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 but I get not one time or I'll get punched in the face? It is the reality of this country, honey. It is what it is. We have certain languages that are only we can only use between each other. Just like, and they're crossover because I don't think if a woman said he was sweet, it would have any effect at all, right? Because sometimes women get offended by something gay men say, gay men get offended by something women say, kind of thing like that, right? But they share a lot of the same language. Gay men and women, they share a lot of the same language. So they're going to have a lot more leeway. But for a heterosexual man, now some people are going to say, listen, Why are you saying he's a homosexual? Because because Jay Wilson implied that he had some sugar in his tank because he's over. Troy Allen is totally welcome in this sector. Just like we watch their entertainment, we watch heterosexual love stories, and we watch heterosexual cowboys and Indians, and we watch heterosexual news programs and heterosexual. We're constantly using their entertainment, right? Why can't they enjoy our entertainment as well? Obviously, some heterosexual people find this stuff funny. It seems like every comedian don't even make no traction until they put on the dress, right? Going back as far as television started. Let me try to stay on target. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing today? Hey, how y'all doing? Wild Seed, Princess A. Sang, baby, sang. Is that what you call it? Oh, sang. That's what some of the girls are saying back there. Is that what you call it? Deanna Irving. How you doing? It's a nice fall day. Well, it looks like fall. It wasn't fall yesterday. It was burning up hot. So maybe we can get through this whole video with me, not without me having to excuse myself to go open my window. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, this boy. Okay. So Troy Allen, just for the record, yeah, you shouldn't be calling the gay people lightning loafers. Maybe it's unfair, but you really shouldn't be using the language, right? We use it. We use a lot worse than that between each other. Just like black people have certain language they use among each other, totally unacceptable from other races, kind of thing. It's the same kind of principle, right? And gay men and women, we don't talk all that different, really. There's a whole lot of honeys and miss things and bitches and all that kind of stuff. So that's just for the record. But as far as you going over there to apologize to that boy, you were the one that was speaking up for his punk ass, right? And he can't even shut his goddamn mouth long enough to accept your apology. He's got to talk over you even when you're trying to say, okay, listen, if that is offensive to you, I am sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't know any better. And that's how you learn stuff. Okay, so now I know I shouldn't do that. If you're raised around calling people lightning loafers, I mean, I certainly knew what that meant, you know. So if you're raised in that environment and then you coming over here to all of a sudden you're exposed to all these gay people and all these women, really all these women and these women and these women, right? You're not really being exposed to I mean, you're exposed to a lot of our banter between each other, right? So I can see it happening. The thing is, were you willing, man enough to say, okay, I was wrong, I apologize, right? I tried not to use your real name. I was speaking up for I thought you had been wronged and all that. That's why I didn't apologize to him. Now, another thing, Troy Allen, what do you mean Timothy Blank should go over and apologize to that fool? Are you serious? Do you listen to the shit that rolls out of James Wilson's mouth every single goddamn day? He's telling this dude that, oh, if I tell you it offends me, then you ain't supposed to do it. Why he being on me? Because it's masculine side. You ain't supposed to do it. So I told you, I'm telling you, it's offensive to me. Nigga, how many times have I told you I don't want you speaking on my income in my house? I don't want you to say nothing about no goddamn Social Security. It's my business, and I shouldn't be having to have the same conversation over and over and over and over and over again. But then, what's the first thing comes out of your mouth every time my name comes out, bitch? I told you it offends me, punk. So why are you still saying it? I told you I don't want my mama's name in your goddamn mouth, you stupid bitch. And what do? Every goddamn time you come on there now, it's your mama. Oh, your mama got here. Oh, your mama. What the fuck? People, I cannot deal with this coddling Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson is one of the most vile, egotistical, narcissistic bastards on YouTube. So I will never apologize to him for shit. Are you serious? You think Brianna wants to be called all those names about her weight? And then when we see you, nigga, you ain't trailing that far behind her. Stupid ass. You apologize for all these people you insult every single day and go into their business every single day, and you ain't vetted a goddamn damn statement, not one line, bitch. But we must all go, oh, did you verify those facts? Oh, you could have went to the website and checked it out. Oh, you supposed to go to the government site and are you serious? Girl. Anyway, I was offended by this boy. He humbled himself to come over there and apologize to this fool, right? The fool can't shut up long enough to let the man talk. And then after, to add insult to injury, after this little thing is over with, Troy Allen goes on about his business. Wilson comes on and said, oh, I don't watch him. He's not funny. Why are you saying that he's not funny? Is that something that you vetted? Where do you come up with that opinion that you have to dog this man out after he done bowed down, essentially, girl, and apologize to you for some simple one word in all this goddamn taken up for you? You totally did belittle that information and just hang on to the one word he used, which wasn't like it was an F word or something like that, right? It's just that you sweet. So yeah, he needs to change that language, but he seemed to be accepting that, okay, I need to change that part. I'm learning as I go. This is learn as you go, honey. Right. But why did you have to drop that at the end? I don't watch. Who do you watch, Jay Wilson? Let's talk about your watching, because according to you, you don't watch anybody. You always feel like you have to somehow say that another person's channel is not worth watching. That's trash. They're not funny. Do you know where, Jay Wilson, you supposed to be super educated? Y'all gonna disagree with me on this. I made a video one time and I was talking about Sean Bradley. We're fine now, but I was talking about Sean Bradley at the time. And when I was reading Sean Bradley, I was saying that you can't dance, you're not funny, or whatever. Jay Wilson, that very same day, picked up on the line, you're not funny, right? And he has been using it ever since, just like he picked up the emotional intelligence. He's an idiot. This boy is a fool, only capable of parroting words, right? So now he always wants to accuse everybody of being not funny. That assumes that he is funny. How come you can't make me laugh, Jay Wilson? Why? How come I have such vigor and hatred towards you if you're so goddamn funny? Who determines what's funny? You had to last dig, but now he's supposed to treat you with the utmost respect, right? And you will say every word properly, and you will go to the dictionary and you look up the word, and you will go to Google and find out exactly what it means and its appropriateness, right? All this to talk to about you. And then immediately after that, immediately when he hangs up, oh, I don't watch him. He's not funny. I don't find him funny. Girl, he took that from my video. He's been using it ever since. You don't believe me? Y'all research it, honey. This boy is something else. This boy is something else. I apologize when I've done something incorrect. Last night I came on and I started my video by saying I did a StreamYard, my second one. And I said I'd like to have a word with some of the trans girls, or if there were any in the audience, I'd like to have a minute with you, right? Because I want to discuss with them how to go. I go forward without offending trans women. I just wanted to have a discussion because this stump creature, she's all up in my asshole, right? A typical troll, clout chaser, right? I got to shake it, right? But I don't have so much I had nothing to work with, right? So we have to go with what we know. We know she's a drag queen or a transgender or insult her. I don't want to goddamn community, right? So that's kind of the. I remember it was an incident in LA County Jail. Yes, it's another. Sorry, that's all I got. I was in the LA County Jail, right? And I got into it with this queen. And I was lighting her ass up. I was in my 20s then. When I was in my 20s, I had a lot of energy, a lot of mouth. You know, we all got mouth when you're young. We all got mouth. We were in cells down from each other, right? And we had gotten into this sparring thing, this beef. but we were a lot, right? And I was reading this queen. I was getting the better of her easily, right? But when I started talking about her body, right? Because I had a knowledge of what it takes to build. Sometimes they say build body kind of thing. A lot of times when you see trans women, you see them all curvaceous and all that. A lot of times that's not their real body, right? So I come for the girls, her body, suggesting that her she bought a body in a box, something like that. I don't remember exactly. But one of the trans girls came over to me and said, that is not cool. All this talk about bodies and things, girl. Timothy, we right with you on you. She needs to be read, and you're doing an excellent job. But that is not cool. So I accepted. Okay, these girls don't want to be teased about things that they have to do in their communities to survive. We were talking about prostitution at the time. Anyway, oh Lord, I lost my train of thought now. What is offensive and all that? So after he humbled himself to apologize to you, Jay Wilson, why was it then necessary for you to come in and talk about how you don't watch his page and how he's not funny? You can't determine who is funny, nigga. You can't. There are people who are making $1 million a year as comedians who I don't find funny at all. But it's not my job to come on here and tell you that they're not funny. What? They're not funny to you, punk? You're not funny to me, sissy. Anyway, this Jay Wilson seems to feel like he needs the utmost respect. Right. He said, he come up to me in Atlanta, and he said, tell me one thing that really bothers you. I think the person, whoever was there, asked us what thing that really bothers you, right? So I think I did this with Sean Bradley, and I did this with Jay Wilson. And I think I got confused as to who I had said this to. I said, I really don't like the doxing shit. And I don't like these people talking about my personal finance, right? And then, so I said, I'm on Social Security. This nigga, I said that to Jay Wilson in this little powwow we have. I don't know if that part is even recorded. It might be even on the little powwow we had. I really resent that, right? The moment we touch back down, girl, oh, he admitted it. He admitted it. He said he on SSI. I'm not on SSI, stupid ass, bald head, black bitch. Oh, he on SSI. He admitted it. He admitted it. This is where I'm supposed to be having the personal, the private conversation, right? Where I'm supposed to be extending an olive branch with him in Atlanta, child. She couldn't wait. She could not wait. She thought she had some. I mean, what kind of an idiot? You see me sitting on the screen all day, don't you, nigga? Have I ever mentioned a job to you? Have I told you I've been having HIV for 32 years, nigga? Have I told you, girl, I just survived cancer 3 years ago? Have you ever seen me say anything about me working somewhere, right? Why is it so? Oh my God, he admitted it. You thought I had no income? That's what I mean about this boy's intelligence. He don't have any, honey. I don't know how hard or easy it is to get through college. I don't know how a person could accumulate. Some people say 7 degrees. I believe the number he's saying is 5 degrees. I don't see how a person could stay in school that long. But how intelligent would you have to be to know that I'm getting some kind of income from Social Security? I mean, I'm a senior citizen. Why wouldn't? So anyway, he thought he had uncovered some big secret. My point is, he feels like he's supposed to be treated with the utmost respect, and everything must be vetted. Oh, and you could never speak ill of me, right? Meanwhile, she trashes everybody on here, right? At when she told that boy, she told Troy Allen. Troy Allen's a man, not a boy. When she told Troy Allen that when I tell you it's offensive, then you're not supposed to do it. So what about my Social Security, nigga? How many times have I said that to you? How many times have I told you, girl, that I don't want my mother's name in your mouth? And why would you? I mean, I'm a 60-year-old man, bitch. You in your 50s. Why in the fuck would you keep saying my mother's name or implying anything about concerning my family? Do you want people actually to dox your family? Would it be impossible Jay Wilson, Sir Dumbass. Would it be impossible for you had all these niggas? How many motherfuckers is still left, girl? You got 20 of them left. You mean tell me you don't believe that nobody could dox one of them motherfuckers, girl? But yet you still persist in saying my mother's name. You're gonna just push. Let's see if we can get into docs. Let's see if we can get into docs, right? Because it wouldn't be that hard, girl. All we gotta do is look up the names, girl. The similarities in names, Miss Thing. You said there was boys there, right? How hard would it be, girl? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So, at LGBTQ community, Troy Allen, I'm sure they appreciate you saying that you didn't mean to be offensive. I can accept that. I know how people talk, right? But you are an extreme minority here. There are going to be things that are going to be charged to you that are not going to be charged to anybody else. They're not going to charge it to no gays. They're not going to charge it to women. They ain't gonna charge it to nobody but you, a heterosexual man, because that's where a lot of the homophobia comes from, right? A lot of the abuse has come from. We were talking about trauma yesterday, and I think a lot of gay people have also been traumatized by some of the abuse when they were young monsters. Because essentially, I mean, you know, you love your kids and everything like that, but you know they act like monsters in school. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their job, right? So you people have been teased heavily. So by the time they are adults, a lot of that has stuck with a lot of them or us or whatever. Abuse is abuse. Hey, Sir, Sir Roman News, did you get my email I just sent you? I'm going to be on King Roman News this evening. Is that the name of your show? I'll be on. It's unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Okay. Yeah. So they're giving me this notice. Someone discussing this with someone. Who was it? I was at. I think it was Nicole Reloaded on my StreamYard yesterday. And I was saying, why am I having all these problems with this computer stuff? Because I just paid $2,000 for this computer. The computer is only what? It's not even that 6 months old, right? So I shouldn't be having all these problems. So I was explaining to her that I got an extender because the tower for Comcast, they only give you one of those, right? They wouldn't give me two. They only have one. So you have to have an extender. So I was extenders over there by that wall. And what she suggested, and there's furniture in front of the extender. What she suggested was get another one. You can have more than one extender. That never occurred to me. I don't know anything about it. Right. And so I think if I'm having all these problems with my computer, I went ahead and immediately after that live, I ordered another one, another extender. So we'll have that tomorrow on Thursday. Hopefully it'll be better. Go in and out. It's not buffering for me. Okay. Do I need to go in and out, or did the brother need to go in and out? Anyway, what I think I was saying, okay, forget once someone offends him, wrongs him, in his opinion, they are never forgiven. Example, Tracy is an enemy that he's keeping close. He will never trust her. Lord have mercy. Well, we'll see what happens with all that. I try to stay out of the situation between those two because sometimes I hate these people because, right, you like one, you can't stand the other one, but you're watching them both kind of thing, you know, and then you can't you can't appear to be favoring one over the other. I mean, there's only so many relationships on here. So I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. I really don't. Jay Wilson is an egotistical narcissistic. I think narcissists really, they're insecure people at the same time as being arrogant assholes. He's an arrogant asshole. He should have accepted that man's apology with grace. Okay, thank you, brother. But I want to say this: you really shouldn't use that. Those terms are still offensive. And I think Troy Allen would have said, "Okay, I understand. I apologize if I said it to you. You ain't got to apologize. I ain't gonna do it no more. It would have been fine. Just like that queen told me in jail, child. Listen, baby, when it comes down to these bodies and things, obviously she was a very flat-chested girl with, you know, no curves. But when she's on the street, she was curvaceous. You fabulous things. That's wrong. Don't do that. And I never did it after that. The issue with this stump creature, I don't know why I'm even saying the name really. But the issue with that thing is I don't know anything. I can't see anything. Give me something to work with. If I could just get that face, honey, I'm sure that face would give me enough ammunition, child. But we got to reach and grab for whatever we can reach and grab for. All I can tell is that you're a trans or drag queen, an aged drag queen, someone who is too ugly to drag anymore. But I have to guess these things, right? So that's why I'm saying I'm going to just have to keep going lower and lower and lower and lower to where I'm offending other people, even though my anger is directed toward it. Mhm. Y'all ain't got to send me the email. Oh, why did you say her name? Why did you say that girl's not running nothing around here, child? That thing is not determining what the fuck I'm gonna say. It just ain't gonna happen, honey. So if I feel like saying her, or I feel like stomping her ass, or I feel like ignoring her, whatever I feel like doing, that's just the way it's gonna be. But yes, I have a stalker. Let's hope we don't got to involve any authorities. As I've said many times, so far in my life, I have not been ever known as a rat or a snitch. So I have a hard time sometimes. I've never called the police on anybody. And then I can handle my own. But even all this stuff of flagging people's channels, getting people's channels taken down, all this kind of shit, right? This is hard work, honey. It takes a long time to build up to a certain audience and so forth. I'm not trying to take that away from somebody. But what do you do when you have a stalker? Somebody just unfairly just badgering you. We'll figure that out a little bit as we go on. One thing you I'm driving Uber part-time. Wake that up, bitch. You ain't got no kids. You ain't got no wife. Who are you driving all these Uber cabs and making 3 videos a day on YouTube? And you working one job for $80,000 a year, you said? And then the other job is $40 an hour. Are you saying that Uber is paying you $40 an hour? That's doing pretty good, because usually when I take Uber, it's about $10, maximum $10, sometimes $7, Chad. So they're paying you $40 an hour to do that, right? So you must be driving from one house to the next house to the next house to the next house. What are you doing all that for, girl? If you're making $80,000 living in San Antonio, Texas, I would think you'd be living like a king in San Antonio with just $80,000, girl. And this house of yours, bitch. When are you actually in it? How could you possibly be in it if you're working 4 jobs to hold on to it, nigga? And when is this relationship? Oh, I got a relationship. Where's your relationship? Oh, my partner. My partner is here. Oh, Boo's coming. Hi, Boo. Boo's at the door. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Oh, y'all. What you say, Boo? I got a Boo. All that bullshit. When did you see him, honey? I assume he has some kind of job, right? So when do you see him, girl? You're working 4 jobs a day. Stupid ass. Oh, Lord. Hey, all these people, Lord have me. Y'all right. I do not read, not nearly fast enough. No, I thought the buffering was with me too. Okay. No, it came on and said that my signal was weak or something. I don't know. I don't know if is the see, if I were a little bit more computer literate, I would know exactly the equipment that I need. Right. I don't want to move my Comcast box in here because my television and all the other computer stuff is in there. I tried, believe me, I tried. I tried to get a whole separate system, but they won't allow it. So we'll try we'll try to address it. But I did order that second. Something sounded right about that. Order a second booster, or whatever they call them. And we'll see. I mean, out and in. Out and in. Okay. Should I go out and in? You saying, Nikki? Hi, Nikki. Oh, I didn't speak to people. Hi, Troy Allen. Good morning, sir. Troy Allen, ask me this. Since I now have StreamYard, am I able to put my StreamYard and somehow drop it in here? Or do I have to be on StreamYard making the video in order to drop the link? Anybody know? Good morning. Yeah, I saw that thing yesterday. You gave Jay Wilson an apology in the form of your donkey. I hope he was sitting there like this, right when I broke that air in his mouth. Sucker, the idiot. You don't apologize to no fool like that, child. That boy, all he does is rip apart people every goddamn day, every single day. He go in there for fucking 2 or 3 hours, repeating the same old shit over and over and over. Everything's an insult, girl. Everything is trying to build up how wonderful he is and how lesser everybody else is, girl. That's a pitiful way to live. That is a disgusting ass way to live. Troy Allen, you have a decent job. You're self-employed, aren't you? Do you actually have to have 4 jobs, girl? You see what I mean about being in these environments? Troy Allen is not a girl. He's a man. Troy Allen, do you have to work 4 jobs just to pay your bills? And you have children and a wife and a whole family to take care of. Aren't you tired after you work? Don't you want to lay down? This fool just going round and round and round. He don't get nothing out of it but to pay the bills. Lord have mercy. Thanks for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. I ain't got no issue with you at all. I thought you tried to do the honorable thing. I noticed how that fool couldn't even shut up long enough to accept the apology. That fool is always lying. This is Kelly Hans. That fool is always lying. He don't watch people, but then quote. Exactly, Kelly Hans. Jay Wilson said he don't watch nobody. Everybody, they ain't funny. He just started saying they ain't funny until he saw my video about Sean Bradley, right? They ain't funny, right? I don't watch. Oh, I don't watch. You sound like a goddamn fool, boy. How in the hell you know everybody's business if you don't watch nobody, girl? Jay Wilson, you passing yourself off at this pastor shit is really pretty well burnt out. There ain't nothing spiritual about you, punk. Nothing. You ain't nothing but a messy old bald-headed queen. That's what you are, girl. A messy old bald-headed failed sissy. That's what you are. Right? So why you feel like you have to constantly come on here and insult people, try to belittle people? Oh, Timothy Blaine's a drug addict. Oh, Timothy Blaine. You never acknowledge that Timothy Blaine has overcome drug addiction. That might, baby, it is really hard to break the in it. You leave prison, you leave with a 3-year tail, right? So are you going to say that a person who is struggling with any kind of drugs or any kind of substance abuse, especially, are going to be able to make it 3 years without ever encountering the police again? How are they going to pay for the drugs? Right? It's a cycle. So to break the cycle, I would say that is a success. You have turned it into something filthy by always going back 30, 20, or 30 years, nigga. So I would say that I have overcome crime. I have certainly overcome drug addiction. I have certainly overcome being an ex-convict. I've been convict in 20 years, right? I'm out 20 years. That's way up there with some of the best of them, honey. Right? I would say that this man who tells us that right here that he has dyslexia, I would say that a person who has dyslexia, for them to actually write 6 books, I would say that would be a good thing. But no, you're always looking for the negative, nigga. You don't care how many years you got to go back. You don't care you have to go back 40 or 50 years. It doesn't bother you, girl. As long as you can say something negative about the other person, girl. And then you wonder why nobody respects your punk ass. Right? What else going on, folks? Let me see. How y'all doing? Jay Wilson ain't got no job. He won't have one if he ain't been able to hold a job all these years. He's 52 now, starting another career. Every goddamn time we talk to that boy, he's starting a new career, right? So what makes us think now that this is the one? And this is his moment. His once in a lifetime. If he ain't been able to keep a job, Tal, for the first 50 years, what makes us think that this is going to be the one time that he actually keeps the job? Jay Wilson has been floating in and out of jobs. I can always get a job. Why would you need all these jobs? Shouldn't after 50 years you have settled in somewhere by now? I mean, honestly, Jay Wilson, you always complain, talking about how you pay taxes. You a taxpayer. You go to your job. You go to your job and all this kind of stuff like that. It seems to me that by now you would have zeroed in on some kind of career, whether it be a corporate job or a ministry or a self-employment, a business of your own. It should have happened by now, Jay Wilson. So to you to be constantly starting all these jobs, what does that mean? It means you are constantly losing jobs, right? It's not like we had never heard you say anything about quitting no job. You never even came on and told us why when Tracy uncovered the information that you were no longer working there, you were coming here and lying, said you had a job, girl. Then you come on and say, oh, I already had another job. I already had another. Girl, is life just about getting and losing jobs? Not one of these companies wanted to keep your ass. I mean, come on, people. 51, the people, when I go back to Indiana, because that is where I started from. Going back to Indiana. Indiana, here I come. When I go back to Indiana, all of the people that will be in the last time I went to school will be high school, including a lot of my family members who are in my same age range. They are not starting their career this year. They are retiring this year. So many, I mean, damn near everybody I know back there, child. Just like I say, I'm in retirement. You have a problem with me saying I'm in retirement, which basically means I'm not in the working force. So I've been retired a long time. But whatever, healthy people, regular people. And they had the houses and all that. But you know what the difference between you and them, Jay Wilson? They are retiring from their jobs in their 50s, certainly by 60, usually in their mid 50s. They are retiring from their jobs. And you know what the other component is? Most of the people are they're what do you do when you pay off your mortgage? Their homes are paid for, right? They got out of school, they started whatever careers they had, they raised their children in their house. Then at some point they sold the house, maybe they downsized, whatever, but whatever it is, they own their home. You are just going into a home at 50. Well, how much equity do you really believe, delusional ass boy? How much equity you believe that you're going to acquire in that home, girl? And the way you run in and out of jobs, you'll probably have to take a second mortgage at some point just to keep up, because you can't keep a job. I would say if you're starting this new career of yours, you should be focused like a laser on building that career from there, because you ain't got that much time left. I mean, you got to be the youngest person there, right? They're all preparing to leave and you coming in. What was I just saying? Oh, about this precious house of his. What'd you take out, boy? A 30-year mortgage? And so you keep saying you're going to sell it. You're going to sell it. You bought a house to sell it. Baby. So how much equity are you going to acquire in this house, Jay Wilson, that you're going to sell? Guess who's going in the dungeon? Guess who is? All right, get yourself together. Ding, 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 ding. All right, you guys. I know we say the same. Damn, we've been talking about that nigga's house. His house for 3 years. His house. When we started talking about it, he was only in there for 3 years. I think you should be over the newness of a house by now, Jay Wilson. We know your humble beginnings, as you call them, girl. As this is a spousal abuse recognition month. A lot of us want to know, what exactly was your father's issue? Because a lot of us are figuring, well, if I have 9 children, why would I be living in a trailer? I mean, I assume that he's a grown man by the time he has all these kids, right? If I have 9 children, Why am I in this trailer? I mean, a trailer at that time, you're talking about back in the 50s or something, 60s maybe. How much could an old raggedy trailer cost, child? Usually they just let you live in there. You just renting the land that it's sitting on. You can go to the junkyard and get the trailer, the ramshackle trailers, right? But we're just curious, as you always try to present yourself as having this stellar background and this stellar parentage, people who raised you so fabulous, all holy and all this. Why would a holy man, a man who went to work every day, why wouldn't he be able to do better for his family? And why would a person who is living in a trailer and has three kids, let's say they moved into the trailer with three children, right? So they put the two kids in the no, you got to put them all three of them in one bedroom because the parents got to have a one bedroom, right? Usually those things are two bedrooms. If you really chopped it up, there may be little tiny rooms, right? This is why he's obsessed with this space thing. Anyway, why would a person who moved in there with three kids, why would then you have another child? I mean, if you're living in a trailer, I would think that you don't have very much income, right? Resources. So why would, and you had three children. So it's probably already a struggle, no matter where he worked. We know what the sick condition was in the 60s and the kind of jobs people were getting. And so why would you have then a fourth child? And then when you have three young babies in the house, I'm trying to figure out the motivation. You're living in a trailer in some trailer park, four kids living in there and two parents. That's six people already, right? Why would you then go and get a fifth child? A fifth child while still living in this trailer. When you came on, you said you were raised in the trailer. Later on, after I started dogging your ass about it, then you said that, oh, I left when I was 5 years old. You don't even remember when you was 5 years old, punk. Stop lying so goddamn much. It's an insult to Christianity to be out so that's a big liar and be calling yourself a pastor. Okay, so now you got four kids living in the trailer and two parents. You say they were always together, but I don't know. I don't know if this is two families, but he didn't fuck one woman for got five kids from her and four kids from the other one, or the mothers changed or the fathers changed. We don't know, girl. All we know is this nigga was in the goddamn trailer park and he got four kids now. Four kids. They have to be back to back, right? What would motivate this person to then have five kids? Now you got five kids living in a single wide trailer. Okay, you got to say this is people you are in threat of having CPS called on you with all them kids in there and no place for them to sleep. More than likely, you can't even feed them. I don't give a goddamn where he worked at. Five children. We're starting to wonder now, why ain't this man in the house by now? What kind of person is this? But then when I try to wrap my head around, you got five kids, two adults living in a single wide trailer. I'm trying to wrap my head around. Let's have a sixth child. Now you got six children living in a room the size of this. You can't get this apartment from the front door all the way to the window. You couldn't get that on a freeway. You can get any single wide trailer on a freeway because they have to be able to move them, right? A double wide trailer, they move them in two parts, but a single wide is on the freeway, just like one of those diesel trucks, right? So you got now six kids and two parents in a space the size of this room. Okay. Okay. Maybe some mistakes were made. Maybe there's some bad planning. Maybe they didn't believe in birth control. But then when you come home saying, baby, I'm pregnant. What? How much money would this nigga have to make? Baby, I'm pregnant. What do you mean you're pregnant? We're going to have number seven. Seven people. Pay attention to the numbers. There was nine people, nine kids. You had seven children in this one room. Then you had eight children in this apartment, this place the size of this room. Eight kids? Girl, I have been in a room where people just got 3 kids. It's a whole lot to deal with. It's a whole lot to deal with in a tight space when you have 3 young babies running around, crawling around, crying, and all this kind of stuff. The woman's trying to hold one while she cooks the stuff up. Stuff, or he comes on there. God knows he had to be a drunk girl. Let's just face it. That man had to have some issues, child. For him to be so dense that he keeps pumping out all these kids, child. He can't even get out of a goddamn trailer, girl. That don't make no damn sense. And then you're gonna bring number 8. 8 children in this damn room the size of this. It couldn't be any bigger than this, people. I'm trying to make you understand something. A trailer has to go on the free. You couldn't get a trailer any wider than this. You couldn't put that on the freeway. A single wide trailer. They do it in one piece. And usually they sit off in these are things that were built in the 60s. I don't even know if they even make them anymore, girl. Okay. So the nigga he got 8 children in there. Oh, my brother left. He got 2 families. Okay, he has 2 families. Okay. Let's try to evaluate that. You said that it wasn't all 11 of you in the house at the same time, right? You said out of your mouth that some of the you said my brothers had moved out. I was in the young crowd. Okay. So your mother and you always try to present that you are from a parent, you have 2 parents, the same parents, right? There are no extra marriages, there are no extra relationships in the past. You said it so your mother had, what did she do? She had 6 children and then she stopped. She stopped so if you have 6 children, where did that put you? You got to be in your mid-30s at least. Your mid-30s. So in your mid-30s, you stop having children, right? And then you're suggesting that then it waited 10 years. So you said your brothers were leaving as you were 5 years old, because you said you left the house at 5 years old, right? And if they were already leaving, that means they will be adults. So no, it's not 10 years. Your mother took a 15-year break between her older children and her younger children. Is that what you're saying? Because you said you left at 5 years old. And then she proceeded to have 4 more children. Is that what you're suggesting, Jay Wilson? You lying bastard. Is that what you're suggesting? Was your father an alcoholic? Let's talk about you. I want to hear something about you, because we as adults, as men, as adult men, particularly when you claim to be in ministry, we're supposed to be trying to lead. How you gonna lead, girl? And you cannot tell a goddamn thing about yourself. You have so many demons rolling around in your goddamn head that have never been expelled, girl, because you can't tell the truth about anything. Everything supposed to be just, oh, don't tell them that, girl. Oh, you said it. You wrote it in a book. You wrote it. You're supposed to be writing books, girl. Jay Wilson, is it part of the college curriculum? If you're going to be a doctor, don't you have to write something? Surely you're not presenting that pamphlet to professors. And that was just last year, or a year and a half ago, or something like that. Shouldn't you be the one writing books? Shouldn't you be able to talk intelligently about something, Jay Wilson? 9 goddamn kids up in there, girl. 9 whole days. And not a word from you. 9 whole nights. Mm-hmm. So you keep on playing, boy. You keep on thinking it's okay to disrespect me and talk about my mama. And fuck if I have family listening in here, hear you talk shit about my family. You think that's fine, right? And yet you got 11 niggas out there. 11. How many of them left? Minus 2. So now you got 9 niggas out there, child, who can all be doxxed. If this motherfucker can sit up here and try to dox my whole goddamn apartment building, what can they do to your family, punk? You feel so insulated, girl. You're not. Maybe you're just dealing with a few mature people who don't dox people. But you need to watch your mouth, boy. If someone wants to apologize to you, shut your goddamn mouth and let someone else speak. What you come out of your mouth is not very important, Jay Wilson. You ask me, he won't even say why he don't like Miss Thing. There are, let me count the ways, girl. Let me count the ways I don't like you. You're a disgusting pig. That's why I don't like you, girl. And you have your answer. Go make your videos. All right. Same old stuff. The pony is Cargresha Chris? Yes, girl. What is the pony? Body in a box. I can't talk about it. I don't want the girls. I really don't want to insult the girls. Though. I really feel for trans people because I feel like they're such an extreme minority that I just don't want to be on here kind of make them feel bad about themselves. But I had a good friend at one point. We fell out about some crime we did. But she showed me all the ins and outs of being, she was a working prostitute. She had been a prostitute for most of her life since she was a young girl. He was a gay boy, but he saw, she's dead now, so I can talk about her. I don't even know to say he or her because Lisa started prostituting at a very early age, right? She did not consider herself to be a transgender person. She considered herself to be a prostitute. And so she had silicone injections all in her face. I don't know if they injected or put bags in it. She had full breast, big breast, like you would expect to see on her. Did she have breasts? Wait a minute. Let me stop talking too fast. I don't think Lisa had breasts. I think it was all Build-A-Body. That's what I know about Build-A-Body. No, but she had her face to look like a woman's face, right? So when she took off all the makeup and all the hair, now Lisa could be pretty voluptuous when she was all dolled up, right? But during the day, she didn't consider herself to be a transgender person. She was just doing it for the money, right? So she would take all this stuff off, and then she's sitting up here with big cheeks, you know, her face had been altered, big lips, and all this kind of stuff. But she was basically a gay boy. And when he wanted to be a woman to prostitute in the evening, he would take big pillows, like regular pillows on your bed, from what I remember. So he had to build even his breasts weren't real. I think you can buy fully developed breasts in their silicone kind of things, and because he wasn't trans, right? And he would take these pillows though off the bed, and you would think a pillow is pretty big to put on your hips, right? He would put two big pillows from the bed on both sides, right? And then he would put on like jogging pants. They were too big, right? Like what do you call that stuff? Spandex. Spandex pants, they were too big, but they would accommodate all of these pillows in there, right? Then he would push it down and he would form it like it was female. Then he would put stockings over the stretch pants, right? Of course, he'd do the breast, and then she had all this tight-fitting clothing. But when he was all up in it, it appeared that he had an hourglass figure. This is what you call Build-A-Body, right? Where did I get on? How did I get onto that? Oh, y'all asking me about Build-A-Body. That's what it is. So that's what it is. Body in a box. So when I said that, the girls had to check me, and I accepted. I said, "Listen, I'm sorry about that." She said, "No, go ahead, go back and get her, girl. But all this stuff about trans people, just leave that out, and we still be friends." I thought it was reasonable. You learn as you go. But that's kind of okay. Asian baby girl. Jay Wilson is boring. That kind of sums it up. That is the hypocrisy. Uh, Asian baby girl, because for him, he's always talking about somebody ain't funny. He said he don't watch Troy Allen because he's not funny and all this kind of stuff, right? He's always saying who's not funny and always saying who he doesn't watch, yet he knows every detail of every word that comes out of their mouth, right? He can't even be honest enough to say, like everybody else, he's watching the videos. That's what we do over here. But he said the pig. But to say everyone else is not funny. Well, aren't you the one that's really not funny, Jay Wilson? What do you think? You're a comedian or something? Right. You are boring. He's a boring person. So now he's taking to having all these people on there, girl, so that they can build him create a content for him. They don't get anything out of it. They're coming on his channel. And he's capitalizing on their personalities because he really doesn't have very much, honey. It's really, he's just a messy, silly old queen, right? Who came in here pretending to be somebody else. So he should be offended because people are saying that they can't believe he was married to a woman. You act, essentially you act like a woman. Jocelyn Brown. Oh, I'm sorry to offend Jocelyn. Jocelyn said, "Why all your content is Jay Wilson jealous much? Why is his content always Timothy Blaine? I'm in every goddamn one of his videos. So what are you saying, Jocelyn? Am I just talking to myself? Do I got to play his videos every time I come on here to prove to you that I'm only responding to them? What are you saying, Jocelyn Brown? Why is anybody talking about anybody, honey? He is the self-appointed nemesis. Since my name came up in there, and Troy thought I should apologize to him, I'm explaining to you why I won't. And yes, girl, you in the YouTube, generally speaking, at some point we have a nemesis. So it might go on for a while with that person. Maybe they'll switch to someone else. Maybe they won't. This thing has been a thorn in my side since the day I laid eyes on her. Since the day I got out of the hospital, fighting cancer, fighting for my life, saw him on here supposedly praying for me, even though I didn't know who the hell he was. And then I realized that every fucking video he made was about me. And then I started seeing the cracks in his character. And I started seeing what a messy, silly queen he was. And then when I see him start, what did he do? Start taking money from people? I forget how that whole shit started. Something about him. Where did that stuff start? He took money from somebody. Was it VS? I don't remember. It doesn't make any difference, child. Mm-hmm. So, baby, all you got to do, Jocelyn, is just say, okay, if he's on Wilson, I don't want to hear that. So just go somewhere else, girl. This is very simple. It's just a matter of clicking on and clicking off. But you can't come over here and determine what I'm going to talk about. I mean, you like it or you don't. I ain't holding it personal. There's nothing personal about it, baby. Just turn to a different channel. That's what I do. I'm turning channel all the time. Sometimes I see people on here who I really like a whole lot. But when they start talking about HIV and this one, he fighting with this queen and all this, I just click off. I don't want to hear that. So I go somewhere else and I listen to that person for a while. Right? Be fluid. Don't hang on my every word, honey. I will definitely disappoint. The thing is, what pony? Where is this pony talk, people? Now I can't stop looking at the pony. The damn pony. What pony? Pony in here? Are you talking about the pony ass? He's taking a fart on Jay Wilson's face. Is that the pony y'all talking about? I don't know. I can't keep up. Okay, now I can't stop looking at it. Okay. Nicole Reloaded. Hi, Nicole Reloaded. I enjoyed talking to you yesterday. That was fun. I don't know how often I'll do that StreamYard thing. It's probably once or twice a week, maybe. But I probably won't be the one who has a whole lot of people on there at the same time yelling and screaming at each other. I can't concentrate. It'll just be one or two people, more than likely. Mm-hmm. So moderators, I'm supposed to get my copies of the book today, and whenever I get them, I'll send them out right away. The UPS, well, actually, it's called Federal Express. Is it Federal FedEx? Is right across the street, so I'll just run them over there real quick. Okay. At least they say it's gonna be here today. Oh, I'm way behind. I heard that coming a long time ago. He's jealous. He want a check. if he wasn't getting some kind of check, or she would pay me what we get as income in our various families, child, whatever. That's personal business. We've lost our way, people. Turn from your evil ways, honey. Repent, for the kingdom of God is near. It's not your business. Do you know that it's rude to even ask somebody how much money they make? It's just not your business, right? That fool introduced all this shit. Always worried about somebody else's income. Them niggas would love to be sitting on their ass, girl, just getting a check. I guess they think it's some kind of big, huge amount or something. I don't know what the hell they think. Maybe I shouldn't surround myself with lovely environments and things. That way they can think, oh, he's struggling. Oh, he poor. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Who is there? Look at Jay Wilson. Why don't you consider at least a dog in that house, child? You should have some life moving around in that goddamn house, nigga. You can't even take care of a fucking puppy. I am buffering. How old is that? Is that older? Older? I'm still buffering. I don't know. I'll be out of here in a minute. I'm out of here anyway. So they say tomorrow, Tim, I understand your loyalty to Tracy, but I don't trust her. Baby, I guess at some point we're gonna have to discuss the Tracy issue. Tracy and we ain't got no problem. We respect each other, and I'm sure she goes out of her way to not comment when he's going off on me constantly, or I'm going off on him constantly. I don't know what the situation is over there with Wilson. I don't like the doxing kind of stuff, but the thing is with Tracy. Here's with Tracy. I don't know if she's in here right now or not. She still comes by, but when I had 3 or 4 devils attacking me at the same time, Tracy just took a liking to me, and she began to defend me. Not making up stuff, just telling the truth. Leave Uncle Tim alone. Leave Uncle. So my reaction is this: just like when I fell in love with my lover, I like people who like me. Tracy liked me. For a period, she was even playing a lot of my videos and so forth. People say you should take offense because now they're not going to say, I don't care about the money like that. But I just recognize this is a person who is taking a liking to me. She defends me, and I respect that, right? So I like Tracy because Tracy liked me, and we've been able to maintain that. I have that relationship with people on here, honey. I've been watching them a long time. I watch Blessed and all of them. I ain't got no problem with them people. If they like me, I like them. That's that simple. But these people, since they want an excuse for their bad behavior, they always want to link me with Tracy. How can you know Tracy? How can you love Tracy? Tracy and I have never even spoken to each other. I don't know anything about Tracy, right? I know she had a hard time when her pet channel was taken. And so, yes, I encourage people to donate to her channel because for me, this was a YouTuber, a part of this family, a part of this group who was probably struggling because in an instant they had taken away basically all of her income. So she had to, I mean, at least for a month or so, she probably needed a bridge. So I encouraged people to donate. I thought that was much more important to help a person who was actually in need than to just keep giving money to Five Ape and Jay Wilson. I mean, for what? Why don't we use at least one day and help somebody who's actually in a bad way? They take that. Oh, you with Tracy? Oh, you like we were having sex or something, girl? It's not like that. I still respect the woman. Why? Because she respects me. She likes me, so I like her back. You know, there's several. I'm not gonna say a whole bunch of names, but there's several people I feel that way about. And if they're in a beef or they're saying things that I don't like, I just go to another channel. I'm not going to hold all their sins against them, honey. It's not I'm not anybody's God. I can't put nobody in heaven or hell, honey. I am not the HIV police. I am not the gay police. I'm just a YouTuber trying to get along, honey. You can't eliminate everybody because you'll have nobody to talk to. That is the sad reality. I had to learn that the hard way. I kept killing off these motherfuckers who fuck with me. And then I realized, well, if they all dead, who the hell do I talk to? Who do I talk about? I got to still cover the same content, or I'll perish. I hope that addresses that for you. He really should have accepted it. He couldn't shut up talking long enough to accept anything. I mean, the man apologized. What the fuck you want him to kiss your stinking ass? We could all apologize for a few things, baby. There's always stuff, but ain't no way in hell that people are supposed to be treating that fool with the utmost respect while he disrespects everybody else on here. He feel like he have a right. Little bitch. You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. We've been in over an hour. Okay. I ignore and remind others that they just want my attention. Well, they want their attention. That's what that stump thing is doing to me. She is actually victimizing me. Now she wants to incorporate Chopper. I don't know why she thinks that's some kind of strong influence, but and Vivian person, they're just using me as a catapult to get them more numbers. They have gotten more numbers. Both of them have been monetized in the last month and a half since they start fucking with me, right? So that's the way they see it. They are they just don't have any compassion for the actual person. So they just let anything run out their mouth. So in the same respect that I know what they're up to, I recognize that this is clout chasing 101. I understand that. But to have some filthy, ugly pig hiding behind the screen, a coward constantly running their goddamn mouth about me, I am going to rejoice when we uncover what that thing is. Right? And it's going to happen. I've seen it happen. It's getting ready to happen. I'm going to rejoice when we're able to look into her filthy trap wherever she lives, girl, and her filthy, nasty ass life, and actually be able to see what she does for a living, girl, and all of the things, the negative things that come up about her, since she wants to sit up and talk about other people's lives. And that's not making it just about me and that thing. She goes the whole damn time she's talking, girl, she's insulting people in the worst ways imaginable. She has no right to do that because she doesn't belong here. She's not one of us. She's not a content creator. She's not a content creator. The thing here is we go off on each other. We know who each other is. Even the ones who choose to use avatars now, we still know who each other is. To argue with a blank screen is foolish. It is cowardice. She's a pig, and I will rejoice when I see that channel come down. I might do a little jig. Mm-hmm. All right, darlings. Oh. Elaine Presley, why are you being bad? Tim, what if Stomp Down looks like your celebrity crush on the TV show The Monkees? Boom, boom, boom. It wouldn't look like it. He would look like no monkeys after I got through with her ass, child. Ugly is as ugly does. She's ugly. She's a monster on the inside, child. So it wouldn't make no difference what she looked like on the outside, really. She sounds like a monster, but ugly. She's ugly on the inside. There's something wrong there, something missing, right? So she'll always be ugly to me. I'm gonna give a goddamn what it looks like. But my guess is she is hideous. That is a hideous old ugly drag queen or trans woman, whatever she is. Since obviously she has no problem being called a trans woman because she was supposed to accept my challenge then and come on here and show that she's not a trans woman, right? An old one in the 50s. No longer able to turn a $20 trick. So she had to start cleaning up shit instead. Don't get me going, people. Hi, Charles Dawson. Y'all have a good what's the day? Wednesday. It's overcast here. Hopefully it's nice and still nice in y'all cities. But I'm beginning to pay attention to this global warming though, so we'll see. Y'all have a good day. Talk to you later.